Hey Brawlers, I'm Mr. Hoodat, and this is episode 3 of my new Daily Brawl series. This series is meant to show 2 games a day, played on a separate account, and no matter what happens for the first 2 games I play on this account, those are the games that you'll see for this day. So far, the past 2 days I've gotten 145 rating, so hopefully we climb some more today. Let's get into it. Alright, some pretty good heroes here. Horde Dragon, Chiron, and Evla are all under consideration. I think I'm just going to be playing Horde Dragon here. I think he's slightly better than Chiron, and I just really enjoy playing Horde Dragon over Chiron. I think Chiron's really strong. I just don't really... I don't know, whenever I play him, it doesn't feel good to play him, despite me knowing that he's a good hero. Horde Dragon just fits my playstyle a bit more. I like heroes that can dominate the late game if you can survive there. So I'm against Trophy Hunter first. So normally I like freezing Forbidden Fruit, but these 2 units frozen with it aren't too great. I think it's still correct to do it though, just to have an extra unit. So take Tiny for the fight, has the best chance to tie. And then I'll freeze these units. Tiny loses to the buffed Humpty Dumpty. I'm a big fan of that Humpty Dumpty buff. I really like taking him on turn 1 and 2 now, that he doesn't have to worry about Tiny killing him. I'm against Celestial Tiger now. I definitely want to cast Forbidden Fruit, and then it's, do I take the 1/1s or Mim? And then what 1/1 do I take with Mim? I think I do take the Mim, and since I already have a Dwarf, maybe the Crafty's better? I am gonna be hunting for triples because I'm Horde Dragon, so I think Crafty might be a bit better than the Prince here. Alright, ended up winning the fight because I'm up 1 unit from the Forbidden Fruit. I got 2 pretty good units to pair with my Mim right now, or I can roll for some tier 2 pairs. I think I take the strong units. Maybe it's just the Sure Shot and then roll? The Black Cat really helps with this fight. Like, I don't think there's ever a world where I lose this fight if I take Black Cat here. Yeah, I can't... Like, the only things that are better than Black Cat are Sure Shot and then these pairs. So I think I just take the Black Cat and then roll. And I will freeze the pairs. And let's protect my Mim. Actually, I'll protect Sure Shot from getting targeted. So normally I don't like freezing on the board before tier 3, but with characters that care about treasures, I think freezing tier 2 pairs is really worth it. Plus the shrink spell nets me some gold from here, although I don't really want anything else other than the cat and the crafty. So I can go cat, crafty, roll. I can go shrink spell, cat, crafty, roll. The only reason the shrink spell is for Storm King later on. I don't think it's worth going for that because I might get like a Candy Rain or something on the next board, or maybe another roll. So let's take these pairs. We'll pass the other units. Sure Shot pair. I already have 2 pairs. I'd have to waste a gold rolling because I don't want the rest of it. I think I pass this pair. I just go for these 2 pairs, and then like I could go for Queen of Hearts, or like Evil Support, or just better units than a tier 2 pair. Okay, not too great units. I could go into Dwarves. Dwarves with Horde Dragon's good because Horde Dragon can transition out of Dwarves with treasures. So it's either Princess White and Lucky, or roll for these triples, roll for Queen of Hearts. I think I do take these Dwarves. It'll help me survive HP. I'm not like forcing myself into Dwarves, like these are still like good units right now. So yeah, I'm not like forcing myself into Dwarves. Like if I don't see them, I'm not gonna like spam roll for them. Like if I still see the Queen of Hearts, I'll still go for Evil Animals. Alright, nice win here. So I do end up getting a triple. I'm against Merlin. Let's see what this gets. Deepstone Mine or Sarcophagus. Best treasure for dwarfs, best treasure for evil animals, and I'm still undecided. I think I do end up going for these dwarves. These crafties are going to be really strong once I get a second triple. And dwarves are just a better mid-game option than evil animals. They're both very strong mid-game, and they both fall off hard late-game. But I think dwarves are a bit better, so let's go for them. So now I'm just pretty much only looking for dwarves to make use of my Deepstone Mine, try to get another triple, and buff my white. These are 6/6s. Pretty much just want all dwarves for this fight then. Go like this. I think that's a bit better. Man, I'm already tilted from ranged. I had like 4 chances to kill this ranged unit, but because I miss every time, he gets extra attacks. Alright, so let's take this free gold, take a chicken, and roll for dwarves. I think I'm gonna pass on the roll. I think I'd rather XP. Definitely in a good position to cast XP. It's not a very good dwarf, but I think I take it. I will cast this spell as well. It's a little less of a chance to get XP now with the nerf, but it's still worth casting because combat spells are worth 1 gold. Sag. Pick up the dwarf. Don't really want that one. Pretty expensive. I'm against Peter Pants, who's likely to be able to one-shot it. Just want cheaper dwarf options. Sell my sure shot for this one. And don't want any of that. Alright, looks good. Pants already has Hat Ball, so we might be able to get first this game from that. He is fairly weak though, he might lose his next fight and it might kill him. You know, depending on who he faces. Trophy Hunter's been doing pretty good lately. He's only lost 1 fight recently. I think Bossy is definitely worth the gold. Let's grab him. I guess I sell chicken. I kind of want to keep this for Mix-a-Wizzle. Or like, I don't really want to kiss it, but Mix-a-Wizzle is worth keeping it. I don't want to cast this spell. Maybe I do end up selling it. Yeah, I want the gold. Grab up Bossy, search for my last dwarf to upgrade the white. Hopefully I get Forge. We got Forge. That's a lot of triples. Hopefully I can get Hat Ball from this. I will thin out the treasure pool. I'll go for Fork. Skip. Oh, I thought I got another tier 3, I guess not. Kinda wanted that spell, but I already clicked. Unfortunate. Alright, so this Forge makes us super strong right now, and then I have the ball and fork for once I hit tier 5 to potentially get out of dwarves. I can get Mimic. Mimic's pretty nice. Yeah, I kind of want to get out of Forge and Mimic. Ninth Book are both pretty good. Ambrosia. Tree of Life. I haven't really seen many dwarf or tree players. Maybe Mittens is the pick right now. Could always skip and go for another tier 5 from another bossy. I'll take Mittens for now. Let's grab up the mage. I guess fork this. I don't have targets for those spells. Alright, now that I'm tier 5, I want to find an Aeon as soon as possible against Sad Jack, who has a ton of ranged units. Mix-a-Wizzle is forked. Cast it on Bossy then. Good boy. I don't really want to make room in the shop because I do want to spend a lot of gold on Aeon rather than a bunch of spells. Alright, I got Aeon. So I want to keep my princess even though I have this because this is going to be his target later. Let's get rid of this one then. And buff up good boy. Kinda want Aeon in. Let's go like this. Alright, got my Aeon proc, that's really nice. I'm looking for this triple now, and just good spell casts. Don't really want the book. I don't have a target for this. I thought I did. I'm gonna need a target for that. Can I make it Siren? It's kind of meh. Let's get rid of the princess for now. I'll grab another one later. Need a tree. Don't really want Mummy. Go for Dusa as the monster target then. Alright, this looks good. It's kind of hard to talk through my plays when I'm playing with Hat Ball. Or not Hat Ball, but just ball in general. Alright, nice win there. Mittens is putting in work. I'm glad I picked it. Got a mage. Green Knight's pretty meh. Take the Spellweaver, look for some spells. Could go into Good Boy. I'm eventually going to turn all this good. Yeah, Good Boy's good. I want to keep the tree. Time to get rid of some dwarves. I guess I'd keep this tree instead. Roll. That's good as well. I really don't like losing this bossy because I want to kiss it. But I got nothing else to sell. I really want to cast this. Good Boy dying last is pretty unfortunate. Robinwood can be my tree. It's a lot of gold. Just gonna roll. Second Good Boy. I got Shrivel for the fight instead of buffing some more. Don't really have a sell. Should just sell the Weaver. Yeah, I need to keep all of this, honestly. Selling kinda hurts. So this was turned good, so this is gonna remain good. And let's just freeze. Maybe I should be playing the second good boy over Aeon. Like, even though second good boy is probably better for the fight, I just really need to start casting a bunch of spells quickly. I can't really do that without Aeon. So we ended up winning the fight anyway. And we're against a ghost. Let's cast some spells. Don't really want the Neon. I guess start with Kiss. The only good target is this. Okay, don't really want to change heroes. Lancelot's pretty good. It's going to be a tier 6 treasure. Yeah, I want the treasure. I don't think Aeon's even worth the gold anymore. Alright, hoping for Wand of Weirding from this Lancelot treasure. I'm probably going to move away from the magey stuff and just go for Good Boy. Since I wasn't really able to find Aeons fast enough. I was hoping for upgraded Aeon at least a few turns ago. Against Pants. These aren't that great. I'm definitely living, so maybe Box is worth it. There's just a lot of tier 7s that won't really help that much. Spear is pretty bad though. So let's switch into Copycat, I think. I don't have Hermes. And this can be Mirror Mirror, which makes Copycat a bit worse than just playing Good Boys front. Let's not switch into Copycat. Kiss Lance. It's good no matter what, because I made it good on like the tier 2 unit. Okay, don't want any of this. Don't want that. I don't think I should freeze that evil twin. Not really finding any Beauty's influences. I was kind of hoping for that so I can turn my Aeons good. Alright, against Mordred again. And we got Prism, so can't really talk. Just have to go off. I made this a lot faster. It's kind of awkward. All my mages aren't good, and I want to play all good units. And then I want to cast a lot of this, but the cells are kind of awkward. Let's get rid of Medusa. I want to turn Pumpkin into something else later. Freeze this. Alright, so now that I have Black Prism, I just need Beauty's Influence and I can turn all these mages good and it won't be as awkward. And Sad Jack. just drink. I don't really want to Evil Twin yet. Didn't get Beauty's Influence. I can kiss Pumpkin, and it's remaining good no matter what it is, once again. Oh wait, I can't kiss Pumpkin. It's gonna kiss everything. Good thing I stopped thinking about that. Let's just cast these fork spells. And then I'll freeze the Pigomorph. Alright, against Pants, so I should probably cast Fog then instead of Pigomorph, since it neutralizes 2 units, whereas Pigomorph just neutralizes 1. Is Melon's Test worth it? Probably. Definitely. Oh no. I'm so stupid. Do I kiss now? I don't think so. I don't have a princess. Okay, let's just ignore that. Nothing happened. These units are still like gigantic. I'm probably still gonna win. That was just one of the dumbest plays I've ever made. Alright. I can suffer that. Just so not used to playing with Black Prism. Alright, we still ended up winning. That was a bit of a yikes. Kinda sucks that I have to upload this game with that gigantic mistakes made, but we still ended up winning. It got a little awkward because I had the Pandora's Box and I decided moving away from Aeon. Like I didn't spend 5 gold on Aeon, instead I rolled for like more good boys and more spell casts. And then once I moved away from Aeon, the second Aeon, I got the Prism. So it's like I started moving away from mages towards good boy, and then got pulled back into mages, and then I was like stuck in between both of them, hoping for a Beauty's Influence. I definitely played the Black Prism very poorly. I need a lot more experience playing with Prism. I'm happy that they made the animations a lot better, except for that shard at the end there. It was like they're like pouring salt into the wound. Not only did I make that gigantic mistake, but the shard was like the only spell that took like 50 seconds to complete. So I just sat there watching my mistake for 50 seconds. Alright, so we got first. Let's move on to our second game of the day. Hopefully this one is a lot cleaner. Alright, so I think Gwen is the outlier here. Way better than these 3 heroes. Zelliwa and Claus, I like playing them a lot, but I think Gwen is just significantly better than those 2 heroes right now. So let's play Gwen. Alright, lately I'm only a fan of turn 1 Knighthood on Happy Tree, because Happy Tree can be Mix-a-Wizzled, Kissed, and Fairy Trees are very strong right now. But Familiar is worth consideration, especially because I have a decent spellcast next turn. I think I'm gonna go for it. I don't like think it's correct, but it's just based on feel. Like I just feel like doing it right now, so. Alright, I don't really like Tiny or Mad Mim here. Let's just take the Tiny. And buff our familiars some more. Alright, we kept our +1/+1 buff against Merlin. Want to keep casting spells. Turn 4 is always awkward if you don't get the, or 4 gold is always awkward if you don't get a 0-cost spell. So I kind of want Cinderella because I'm going to be casting more spells, overtaking units. Question is, do I sell Tiny, take Cut Person, and cast a spell? I think I do. So it's basically Tiny or the spell, and I think the spell is worth it. I lost 2 early fights with my turn 1 Knighthood, which is very bad. So turn 1 Knighthood, you're doing it so that you're not losing fights early. I'm against Apocalypse now. Could consider kissing this Familiar. Familiar is going to be +8/+8. So it's a tier 3 unit that's +8/+8, and then I can stop worrying about casting spells every turn and just take units. I think it's definitely worth it. Like, I could keep growing it, but I just can't see myself losing any fights with a +8/+8 tier 3 upgraded unit. Okay, that is pretty dang good. All these units are horrible. I'll just take the sure shot. No Slay procs here, but this turn 1 Knighthood ended up working out. An easy route to Slay if I need it, and even then this unit's just so strong on its own. So I can cast a 0-cost spell, or I can roll. Don't really want any of these units, even though I have 3 slots to fill. They're all pretty much a waste of gold. I think I will cast the spell. Don't really want to spend gold on spells right now, I just want to get some good filler units. The Stag is good, and then roll past the weak units. Lucky is okay. Dragon is okay. I'll take the dragon for now, I don't really want to sell. Alright. Not finding Vampire, unfortunately. This pair is pretty bad. Yeah, I don't want this pair, just keep searching for better units. Mummy is okay. I think I'm likely to win against Horde Dragon, so maybe casting Spinning Gold is good. Get this treasure for the fight. Dancing Sword's good because I'm leaning towards Slay still. So let's take the Dancing Sword and roll. Another SA and a Stag pair. Iona's not bad as well. Iona's pretty bad. I'm just considering her because I need a higher attack Slay unit. I think I just chill for now and hope for Chupacabra next turn. Let's take the Stag and then take the SA. And then I don't need to greed this. I'll just play Stags in 1 and 2. The dragon already has Hat Fork, he's likely gonna be first. Stag triple is good. Telltale Quiver is actually not bad here. Can also go for Treasure Map. I'm likely to try to triple Chupacabra and Mermaid. The Treasure Map can get me a 6 pretty easily. I'm not really taking much else at the moment, other than like Shadow Assassin. And I think I'm strong enough to not need Quiver to win fights, so yeah, I'll take the map. and then roll. Copycats. Could switch. Don't really want to. Let's Mix-a-Wizzle my princess and then roll. Chupacabra. Does this buff this? I'm not sure. I do want to cast this. Then I'm probably gonna roll. It does buff it. Interesting. Second Chupacabra is good. Just go stag first. Kind of awkward. We just go stag third. Alright, putting good pressure on the lobby, and we're also scaling fairly well. And then we already have very strong late game treasure coming up. I think the gold is worth it because I'm looking for this Chupacabra or mermaids. Could go lightning dragon, it's going to be good with mermaid later. Yeah, I think it's worth picking up. Yeah, my setup's gonna be like dragon, mermaid, SA, Chupa Chupra, blank. Could even go dragon here with mermaid here. I think dragon's worth it. It's a good counter to copycat late game if you can scale it. Definitely want to play second Chupa. I'll go stag first now. Care more about these Chupa slays than I do the stag buff. So playing like this, it lets my Chupas attack first because this ends up dying before the fight even starts. We're just chunking people. 11 there against the easy fight. So I can shard the stag, we can hit SA. It's pretty much all I care about. Question is if I want a spellcast this turn. I don't really care to spellcast. All of Slay's units are on tier 4 and 5. They don't really care about tier 6 until super late game. So it's not like I really need XP. I think going for an SA here is worth it. It's also not that bad. Those are some good units. Let's take them. Singing Sword helps me slay. Feathers also. These are all just like very, very strong. Actually, I think I go Pandora's Box. And I don't want second Chupa. Alright, so I want this chicken triple for bounty board. Hermes Boots is also really, really good. I took the Pandora's Box because I'm already like strong, but this box can help me switch into a better late game comp potentially with like Mirror Mirror or Round Table. That's a lot worse than double attack. It's kind of unfortunate. Maybe it was greedy taking the box. Crown of Atlas can help me switch into Copycat. Don't really want to. Let's just skip. Look for these Babas and Mermaids. Go into Lancelot. Lancelot's not bad. Yeah, I think I take the Lancelot. I don't want Neon right now, there's way too many things I need. Let's cast Mix-a-Wizzle. Not really finding what I need. Alright, still putting good pressure on the lobby. Against Horde Dragon now. He lost 2 of his last 3 fights. Kiss on the Spellweaver can give me Mermaid, another Chupa potentially. Just a lot of gold. I'd rather roll for stronger units. Got my Mermaid. Kind of late for it, but I think it's still worth going. I don't want to cast the end. Don't really care about tier 6. Take another SA. This looks good. I think taking the Lancelot was very greedy. It's horrible without Baba. And even then, trying to slay Lancelot over the Chupa is probably wrong. I just really miss the days where like getting a 400 Lancelot playing fairies was the norm. Or like it was doable, but I haven't done that in so long. Alright, really good that I killed this guy. His hat fork with Mirror Mirror. Would have been very strong if I let him live. I haven't seen these two in a bit. I think tripling the Mermaid is worth going for. Don't want Nian. Get the Mermaid trip. Coin of Chiron seems like the only good option here. Can turn Lancelot into Baba. Once again, I don't really want to cast a spell here, so why not go for it? Book is better than Lancelot. I can go for Medusa. It's down to the top 3, so maybe making myself as strong as possible is better now. Alright, this looks good. Alright. Against Merlin. Don't really want to go for Book. Could switch into Good Boy. I have Chiron with it. It's just a long ways away. Slay hasn't really gone off hard enough to win the late game, I don't think. I think I'd try for it. I don't think I'd take the Green Knight though. I will buff it. These two guys aren't that strong. Maybe I didn't need to switch into Good Boy. I don't know. I think it's a much better path to the end game than the Slay, because I wasn't able to get my Babas, so I can't really go off hard enough. I don't even think taking this is good. Not really many treasures I want here. I mean, I'm still slaying a lot. I could turn both of these essays good. I'll take Ball. Go Friendly Spirit. Sure. Test is good. Another test is good. Next was a this, I guess. Why? Why not just roll? Alright, down to the 1v1 against a mage player. Don't think I want to be casting Fog right now. Don't want to go for fairies, just look for good boys and good boy accessories. Robin Wood hits Friendly Spirit, which is actually pretty nice. And I definitely want to turn one of these units good. Probably going to be the highest attacking SA. Switching heroes is really good. I'll just keep 2 hand space, I don't want to make a third. Ew. Guess I just go for Sad Track. Waddle can net me some gold. I'll just go Sad Track. Take Robin Wood. Replace Chupa. It's crazy if this board made it to top 2 with so much health. It's just a very, very fast lobby where I was like the clear strongest because of my SA. Spellcast isn't really worth a gold, I don't think. Kissing doesn't really have that good of a target. There's not many tier 5s I want from the Chupa. I think I just roll. I do have time to get this treasure from the Hercules. Place his Corner Chiron. The only other way I can get a tier 6 treasure is from good boys. Yeah, I think I'll take it. Definitely want those spells. Place this. I could sell for the spells or just cast them next turn. I think I'll just cast them next turn. Alright, ended up winning anyway. So at the end there, I wasn't really like in a rush to kill him. I was kind of just making plays to outscale him. By like changing heroes, going for this tier 6 treasure, things like that. I think it's a much better play to not like go hard on the first few fights to kill the person, but when you're in a good position with like a strong good boy here. And we both had ball with like no way to lower spells, so we're both kind of scaling equally with the spell casts, but I just had had a huge good boy, whereas he didn't really have anything else to scale with. But I was in a better position to outscale him, so I'd rather go for more like late game plays than casting Poison Apple or not going for this treasure. So 2 firsts today, pretty good. Had that awkward Horde Dragon game with the Black Prism. Made a lot of mistakes there, and obviously that shard play was really bad, but it ended up working out. My units were big enough to beat the Peter Pants, so I won with style, let's just say that. And then this, what hero was I? Gwen. So I turn 1 Knight Hooded the Wizard Familiar. I'm not a big fan of that play. I like turn 1 Knight Hooding Happy Tree. But Familiar, it's just awkward to cast spells on the first few turns. And I ended up losing 2 fights in the early game, whereas Happy Tree, you're only really losing the first fight, and then after that, the Happy Tree kind of outscales the Familiar, because you're not forced into taking spells for the first few turns to scale the Familiar. So the play ended up working out because I kissed the Familiar into Shadow Assassin, which kind of carried every single fight. And then it led me into Slay. Slay didn't end up working out, so I kind of made a plan to transition out of Slay with the good boy, Robin Wood, Friendly Spirit. And overall, just this Shadow Assassin that was like 12 attack when I kissed it, it put so much pressure on the lobby. I was dealing like 10 damage every single turn. So the top 3 were fairly weak, myself included. Like, I'm surprised this kind of comp can win. It was just a very fast-paced lobby. So, much better today, gained a lot more points. So thanks everyone for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode, and I'll see you guys then. Peace!